Good afternoon, YouTube. It is KC Gilly here. It's Sunday, I think it's April 2nd. It's been about 85, 90 degrees here in Kimball County. And I thought I'd do a little update on my garden and show you guys what's going on. So I'm going to start with my potatoes. And I'll show you, I've been growing them. I planted them about an inch under the ground. And then I've just been stuffing this straw and leaf pile I have here all around them. But they're doing great. And as far as height, I don't know if you can tell. I would imagine if they were above ground and no leaves covering them, I've probably got 18-inch tall plants. But I'm just tickled. This is my first year at growing potatoes. And so I'm happy to see that they're coming along pretty good. And from there, I'm going to go to what else I got here. I've got some bell peppers. This guy here is going to be a red, I believe, and an orange, and a yellow, and a green. And I planted those guys a day or two ago, and April 1st here where I'm at in Texas, Central Texas, means the frost or the freeze danger is pretty much over. But the old timers will tell you that if it thunders in February, that there's a good chance it's still going to freeze in April. I don't see it coming, and I feel pretty comfortable with what I got going on, but if it gets me, it gets me. In the meantime, I'm going to move on, show you what else I got going on here. So, I've got this jalapeno plant that I overwintered and I trimmed it up really good. I pulled lots of peppers off. And I'm going to let some fresh stuff grow now. And I'm hoping that in the next week or two, I'll start seeing, look, see, I've already got a flower coming. It's coming. This guy's fighting back already. This one, I bought it new this year, a sweet banana for my daughter-in-law. She likes banana peppers. I do as well, but... And this one is a Serrano. And it had a plenty of peppers on it too. It's probably my next best, fullest plant. But I trimmed it down and I want it to get a fresh start for this year. And this one I've never figured out what it is. I'm not sure what the heck kind of pepper it is. They kind of look like a Serrano, but they're a lighter green. Almost the color of this clover, which I also threw out just because I redid my sprinkler system in my yard, and it was dirt everywhere. I was just tired of hauling the dadgum dirt in. Or walking through the mud, I guess I'd say. This is just a little volunteer tomato. Couldn't bear to see it go. This one here is cayenne pepper. It's doing well too. I've got flowers all over that guy. Don't know if it'll zoom in on it or not. There's another one. My peach trees looking pretty good. I even spotted a little peach here and there. Can't get it to zoom in for whatever reason, but it's doing okay. My little Saturn peach tree. Some people call it donut peach, but you can see I've got a few of them made anyway. I'll be tickled. It's been a while since I've had any off of it. This is the blueberry, and it's not doing worth a you-know-what. My mother-in-law gave this guy to me, and it's green, and it's pliable. You know, it's still flexible. I just don't see it doing anything. I know I need to amend the soil, but I'm going to wait. I have 2 more plants coming as well. And I'm going to plant them in the ground and do the best I can with it. I have almost alkaline soil, so I'm not sure if it's going to make it. I hope I'm doing the right thing, but I'm going to learn from it one way or another. This is the Sweet Heat, and I picked several of them off. It's short, but it was overwintered as well, and it put out a lot last year, so I think I'm going to be fine. I'm just waiting on it to kick off, to be honest with you. And over here, my wife's got a few new cucumber seeds growing here. I have a squash and a zucchini coming. And I have multiple different kinds. Cubanelle, jalapeno, habanero, Anaheim. All kinds of peppers down here in Texas, everybody eats peppers with everything, with cereal. I mean, that's how much we like hot peppers. So, and this is spinach. When I transplanted it, it looked like hell, but it's coming back. It's doing much better. One of them, I lost this guy, and the cilantro, it's never done really great, but it did a little bit better out here. And I'm going to try to get it in maybe a semi-shaded area as the season progresses. My strawberries, my wife and my grandson have just about raided me. There's just nothing hardly left on them, but we've eaten a bushel full at this point. There's some flower seeds in there. I've got some marigolds coming right here. My wife had a few beet seeds and I had room, so I just laid them across here. We'll see what happens. Back here I have perpetual spinach. I planted it a night or two ago, so we'll see what happens there. I've got several different kinds of watermelons coming, and like I said, more peppers. My fig tree cut off all the dead sticks, and it's coming back. It's going to be just fine, but this is the stage where I wait to see everything come up, because we're just now really getting into gardening season. I just cheated and got a head start. The Florida peach, it's got a few blossoms on it. I don't see many leaves on it. Tried to leave out of the bottom. If it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it, but it's worth a shot. I think it will, though. My pomegranate tree is kicking off. All the vines are starting to come on through the old dead stuff. It's been there for a while. We've got a little passion vine over there hiding in the back. Those guys will take over and run you ragged. My wife's got some orchids out here in the greenhouse. They're doing good. And I cannot remember all of my varieties here since my grandson messed with my labels, but my blueberry is doing very well. Got a couple flowers. Okay, and I want to say this guy is a celebrity, maybe a early girl, better boy, but I do have blossoms on it, and I've been working those guys with my electric toothbrush and finger on occasion. I've got another one here. I don't remember if it's sun gold, maybe. I think one of these guys are. Anyway, don't get me lying at this point. I have to go back to my second video just to see. And this guy, he's got a couple of little baby tomatoes on him. I don't know if I can get in there where you can see them, but they're there. They're coming. This one too. It's kind of the slowest one, I would say, so far, but this guy over here, he's got a few. This is my first year also with a greenhouse, so this is a big experiment for me. And I've never run this stuff up the strings. I've always just staked my tomatoes. This guy, this just happened today. My son's giant Anatolian Shepherd ran through here and bulldozed this guy. Ugh. But it's going to be okay. Give it a minute and see it kick back into action. Can't remember what it is. I think it's Aunt Ruby's German Green, this guy. And this one I think is a pink Berkeley tie-dye, I believe. But, I mean, it's gotten pretty tall as well. That dude's probably 18 inches. As tall as those potato plants. But everything's healthy and looks pretty well. I've got a few little spinach left that I haven't eaten up yet. Hopefully some more of that'll come along. There's my mother-in-law's orange trees that she just planted some seeds in her pot being silly, and I just repotted them. So we're going to see if I can grow orange trees in this greenhouse. I don't know if I'm brave enough or if I even have space to put it out in the yard at this point, because those guys, they do not like that cold stuff that comes through here on occasion. Used to, we were pretty safe, but these days, man, when cold comes through, it gets cold. Okay. And over here, we can see my wife's sunflowers. They're doing pretty well. You know, cattle panel trellis there. You can get a pretty good idea. It's 3 tall, 3 of the squares tall, so gives you an idea. And all of these are my determinants inside here. I've got several different varieties. And back in the back, amongst the clover, is the Roma tomatoes. Got a couple there. You can see I've kind of dusted them with some ash from my wood burning stove that I have at the shop. Here I have bush beans. These guys are all emerging now. I'm missing two here, but I also have dogs and a grandson. So, see, you can tell. This is what happens when you have children and animals that can get two things. But we're going to make the best of it. It's going to be all right. Also, between the tomatoes, each one is a little basil plant that I planted in there, and I'm hoping they'll kick off and start making some stuff. Back here, this little dark ditch running up this chain link, I've got pole beans planted, and I'm waiting on those guys. I planted them a little later, so next couple of days, I'm thinking I'll have them started. That's my hope. We will see. I have a few more of those bush beans here along the edge of the fence line. They're still pretty small at this point. This year I brought in wood chips to mulch with, but I brought them in really thick, kind of back to Eden kind of deal. And they seem to be holding the moisture pretty good. I got the elephant ears and rose bushes are my wife's that she wanted planted back in here. And you can see the roses have all taken off. They really like those wood chips. I mean, that's some of the prettiest, fullest roses it's made in quite a while. They were kind of pathetic before. I put this fence up in the last day or two because of my grandson and the dogs. So hopefully it'll protect this stuff. And I can't remember what those dudes are called, but they're pretty too when they get up. She's got the random sunflower here and there in the garden. We also have some cannas down here just starting. They're in a line down through there. And these are actually banana trees running through here. This tallest one, can't recall. I think it's that one. That one or that one actually will make bananas if I've got enough sense to help it along. So we're going to find out. I've got some more tomatoes. They're mostly indeterminate, the same stuff you saw in the greenhouse, in a line all the way down. About every 2 feet, maybe 3. Same thing here. These little cages are protecting where my wife planted some watermelon seeds. Why she did it right here, don't know, but we're going to check it out. See if it won't grow up this fence and spread out in there. And if nothing else, maybe it'll shade the ground and hold moisture for all the tomatoes. I doubt you can see here. Let me see if I can get close. There they are. They're really small down there in those wood chips, but I actually planted them in the dirt beneath, and the rest of them have done really well. And so I feel pretty confident this is going to work. And after watching all those Back to Eden videos and stuff, how the soil improves with time when it's able to hold moisture, and the kind of money I've spent over the last several years just trying to take care of my stuff, it's going to be worth it. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I will peek over the fence. She's got a bunch more sunflowers in a little bed there. But for the most part, that is the update on where I stand right now. Like I say, I got 2 blueberries coming, and my wife ordered 2 olive trees. I'm really excited to kind of get into that and see if we can grow those guys or not. I don't know, but it'd be really awesome. And then from there, who knows what's to come. But thanks, guys, for checking out my update, and we'll keep you posted.